Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. Hopefully, this site is something that is a little familiar to you. I have a very special guest today. Her name is Marina, and she is responsible for this work. Thanks for coming on to the video.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
Very, very cool. So, can you explain to us where we are exactly?
Okay, we have just come down the hallway. I could back up a bit into Lucy's apartment. We're about to enter the living room. But it looks a little different than we usually see. If you notice off to the left, I've added the fourth wall that we never got to see where the audience sits.
This is so awesome, guys and gals. Marina stumbled upon one of my videos, and we basically contacted each other. She told me about her work, and I'm going to ask you a few questions because I think you'd be really interested in what she does. I'll have a link below in the description so that you can see, all her work, her website, and everything. But she wanted to come on and just show me, something that's so amazing. We're going to walk through the Ricardo's apartment. Like, this is something we wouldn't get an opportunity to do. So, give me the grand tour, please.
Okay. Now, it might be a little tight coming in this door, but if you'll notice, one way we can tell, you all know, is there's a window in the living room, but also notice all the trim around the door and beside the door. That was in their second apartment because it was fancier.
Yes, so yeah, that's perfect. Let me clear that up because some people sometimes, we watch this on TV in syndications and they're not put in order. You just see an episode, you see an episode here. So this is the second apartment. This is where the Ricardos moved in around the middle of season 2, right around the time where they were having the baby. And so this is what I call the windowed apartment because they have that window versus the other one that had the brick. So I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, right. And in their other one, there were some other differences we'll probably notice as we go through, but it was very similar apartment.
Now,
okay, so we're going to go on back into the hallway, and we never really get to see them actually transition from the living room to the master, and it's tight because it has an odd angle. Here we go.
And so this is something we'd see in the episode a lot, right? Lucy and Ricky going into their bedroom, and we just see the quick motion, but we wouldn't see the little hallway, so that's nice.
Right, they never show that view. So out the window, I had gone on a trip to New York City as I was beginning the modeling of this, and so I took pictures of buildings that would have been around either from the 50s or older, so that it would be more authentic looking out the window.
That is amazing. Look at that. I honestly, I've seen the show and episodes. I've seen every single episode multiple times, and that looks almost, to me, it looks like you just took it from the show. Like, literally, like that. It's so accurate.
So the one thing I can't get, obviously, is the artwork.
Yes.
Because there's copyrights on that, so you'll see blank frames. But I tried to be as true as I could to the rest.
Exactly.
There was always a curtain across this window, so we didn't actually get to see outside, but I wanted to see what it would look like if you could.
Right, that's awesome. And do you mind just telling us how you're able to do this, meaning, like, what do you do for a living? Kind of relates.
So I have a degree in architecture, and I do things like this, 3D renderings for corporations, residences, but also floor plans and things, but this is my favorite thing, 3D modeling.
This is amazing. And so you're a fan of I Love Lucy yourself?
Oh, yeah, since ever. Yep.
That is awesome. And you don't only have Lucy's apartment. You have I think you have the Brady Bunch house. You have Andy Griffith house, correct?
Yeah, I have 7 up there now in one movie. Yeah, I have Bewitched, and, well, you'll have to go on there and see. I can't think of them all. Right now.
All right, let's continue. A little commercial break there.
Okay. So you see over here where we have the closet. Now, we only knew it as a closet, but we know they had a bathroom in their apartment because even in the 50s, from what I hear, people had to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
So I added one back here for them, other place to put it. Right. Now, you were telling me there are a couple episodes in their second apartment where they show them in the bathroom.
Yes.
But we aren't sure where that was. Had to be somewhere. I couldn't think of where else it could be.
Yeah, this is just right before making this video, we were just kind of brainstorming, and I was telling you that for my recollection, there's 2 episodes, bonus bucks, where they actually go into the bathroom, and then there's also one in season 6 where they go. The episode's called "Little Ricky Learns to Play the Drums," and Lucy's washing her face with the soap, and they do go in the bathroom. It's the same look, but I don't know exactly how they would get in there. Probably someone in the comments will let us know, but just for everyone's knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, somebody will know. And then there's the nursery that they had off to the side, and I wanted to add that because we rarely, again, saw them go from one room to the next.
Yes.
And when I looked at it, it looked like a sliding door. I watched one episode where they do actually slide it shut, so it wasn't a knob. So I did
Very
that.
cool.
Now this will be tight. And on my website, I have overhead views of this where you can kind of see it better because, as you can tell, it's hard to get around inside of a tiny room like that with a camera. But you can see off to the side, there's the crib.
The crib.
Yeah, little Ricky's toys. And they had this interesting window. They had a rocking chair under it a few times, but not every episode. And then this wall, the fourth wall, I had to just imagine what might be there.
Yeah, can we see that? We never see that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we never ever got to see, because that's where the audience would sit.
Right.
That's where it would end up.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the idea is that we're kind of looking through their wall. We're like kind of like a little spy looking in. So that wall is the fourth wall, right? The see-through wall. So you're kind of using a little imagination there, but I think that's well done.
Right. I did see one episode where you see this dresser, so I added that and a mirror. But yeah, that fourth wall, pure conjecture.
Very, very cool. And I think it's nice to do that. And we can take a look at the living room as well.
Right, and it's almost jarring, I think, whenever I add the fourth wall to a home we know so well. It just looks wrong.
Right.
Now, obviously, they would have had something along that wall. I'll let your viewers tell what they think might go there.
Yeah, great.
I left it blank. I did put the TV in the corner because I saw that on a couple episodes. You can see that.
Yep.
I know they had this molding all the way around, so I added that.
Very nice. And I will add, some people may note that in the first couple episodes or in the first season, you see in the first apartment, there is a window there. They're hanging out the window, but remember, that's a different apartment. Now, you could say it's the same apartment building, so maybe the units are similar. So maybe there'd be a window there, but also maybe not, because there's one on the other side, right?
Yeah. Right, and I thought about that actually, and I know what episode you're talking about. And the reason I didn't is because if that was true, the whole entire apartment building would be this narrow, because you have a window on that side, so we know that's the outside of the apartment building.
Exactly.
And I just didn't think it would be that narrow. So I think if this was real life, this wall over here would be a hallway, and on the other side would be more apartments mirroring this one.
You see, I appreciate that you said that. You know why? Because obviously you have that architectural mind, and so like what you say makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about it in that way. If this is truly an apartment, that would probably be either, like you said, a hallway, or maybe even shared with another apartment. It would make no sense to have a window there outside, right? It's just like something sticking out. So that's really good.
Right. Yep. Well, I hadn't thought about that. That could just be another apartment right on that other side. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's great.
Okay, so going into the kitchen.
And we'll finish with the classic view of just looking at the apartment how we always see it, but we'll finish with that. Yeah?
Okay, that sounds good. All right. This kitchen was really similar to their first apartment. Okay, in their first apartment, the kitchen was very similar, but if you remember, they had an island going out this way that they would sit at. Here, they just had a little table to sit at, but we never got to see the actual wall behind it. So this is showing that wall.
And that's very cool that you put that watch. I was going to say that clock up there.
Clock. Trying to find an old clock, yeah. The colors. You had asked me earlier about how I got the colors for this apartment.
Everyone's going to ask. Everyone's going to want to know because, right, we see a show. It's black and white. how in the world did you pick the colors? Did you say, hey, I like red, let's make this red? Well, I don't see much red, but you know.
Sometimes I have to guess. But this one, they have a museum in Jamestown that has a recreation of the set. And as far as I know, now your viewers probably know better, or you do, they had the true colors. And so I went with, I have not been there, but I went with photos people took that have been there.
Amazing. And I'm so glad you did that, to be honest with you, because it's one of those things where if you just, you know, at your own discretion choose colors, you know, I could see where people have an issue with that. But you're going with, I mean, what's the official Lucy Desi Museum in Jamestown, New York? So I think that's brilliant. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I did. So the wallpaper was similar to this. I got it as close as I could.
Yeah.
Found old fridge to put in there. It's not exactly like the one they had. But.
And they have a mixer back there in that same spot, so
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yep, and they still make those kind, whatever that's called. Yep.
That's fantastic.
And then, of course, back into the living room. It's actually a very small apartment. On my site, I put the square footage. I believe it was 1,000 square feet.
Wow,
if I remember
1,000.
Right. Yeah, and that was their new improved apartment, since they have the nursery in this one.
And now let me ask you, are there any ambitions for you to make the Connecticut house? That's pretty, that's a big, big project.
I am totally gonna do that one. I love that house.
Oh my gosh, let me know so I can show everyone how that turns out. That's gonna be wonderful.
Hey, deal. I will do that.
This is amazing. Can you give us an idea of how long it took for you to create this, color it, plan it out, measure? I'm sure it's like, honestly, I really want people to appreciate this because, again, I don't know the intricacies, but I can tell you that you didn't just say, okay, pop, 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 pop. You put a few things in there and in 10 minutes you're done. I'm sure you had to like plan this out, measure like days and nights, like a while to do this.
Yeah. So usually when you're doing a house, a floor plan, you have the exact measurement. The reason these TV homes are trickier, it's a lot of watching the show, pausing it, guessing, you know, like, okay, the door is probably 36 inches wide, so what does that make this?
Wow.
And then in the end, when you're done, you hope that it all meets at the corner. And if it does, you know you got it pretty good.
Oh, wow.
But if it doesn't, then you go back and usually there's a lot of changes to be made. So I would guess that this took me 2 weeks maybe of solid work, to get it to where it is now. There were mistakes.
That's amazing. 2 weeks of your life to make this. I mean, it's well worth it for us, you know, but that's just, again, it's similar to my videos that, you know, you see a 5-minute video and you say, okay, you took, 10 minutes to make it? Most? No, it take hours and days sometimes. And I mean, 2 weeks for this, I mean, it shows you put a lot of details and work and love into this.
Thanks. I loved the apartment. I like doing this because to me, it's like I get to walk through those homes that I love.
I know.
So I got to walk through Lucy's home, and I can go anywhere I want in it. You know, it's like the ultimate Lucy nerd dream.
I know, and this is awesome. It's almost there. Can you give us like a full front look of the window? Just like, you know, like if we'd be one of the camera, like if we were watching the show. There we go. That's awesome. This is amazing. You even got I know that couch on the left, that little smaller couch right where the hallway is that leads into the bedroom. I mean, you got that really, fairly close to where I think that's it. And then same thing with the sofa, like everything, but I'm just noting all the little details myself. I would love for you guys and gals to show Marina your love down below. Go check out her website. She has just so much for you to look at, and I want you to be able to walk through the apartment as well and tell me what you guys and gals think.
Yeah, and I made a little video on there so you can watch a walk through the entire apartment without bumping into walls. But you can't self-guide it, but you can watch it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If you guys want to know again more about her, link is in the description below. Thank you so much, Marina, for being on my channel, for sharing your work, and for putting, all this effort into it. It shows, and I think everyone out there who's a real Lucy fan is going to absolutely be, like, their jaws on the ground right now.
I hope so. I'm glad there's other people that are as obsessed about this house as me. Yep.
Well, thank you so much, and I do appreciate it. Stay tuned as always. Thank you so much to all the subscribers, everyone who does support the channel. Again, a big thanks to Marina. We'll see you all next time, guys and gals. Thank you so much. Always stay positive. I always try to remind you, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful.